Ladies and gentlemen, we just got some of the craziest news. There's actually finally something positive to talk about when it comes to Call of Duty. And I was just about to start recording a Gears of War Reloaded video, but then this news ended up dropping. We got this banger of a tweet from Charlie Intel saying, breaking, Black Ops 6 content will not carry forward into Black Ops 7 anymore. He said the operators and operator skins will not carry forward. Now, I think we'll need some clarification on that because I think he meant to say weapon blueprints. But then Charlie Intel also says only double XP tokens and gobblegums will carry forward. And if you're wondering where this amazing information is coming from, it's actually from this Call of Duty blog post, this community update for August 2025. They're saying, first off, thank you. Call of Duty has always been fueled by the community. Every match, every clip, every bit of feedback, you've shaped this franchise right alongside us. Remove skill-based matchmaking. I mean, hey, we're on a roll, guys. Non-disbanding lobbies as well. I'm just saying. We know there's been a lot of conversation recently about the identity of Call of Duty. I mean, this has been going on for years, but some of you have said that we've drifted from what made Call of Duty unique in the first place. Immersive, intense, visceral, and in many ways grounded. That feedback hits home and we take it seriously. We hear you. Again, just to quickly interrupt, I do feel like a lot of this has to do with the competition from Battlefield 6 as well, because, you know, specifically saying and in many ways grounded, I mean, that's exactly what the DICE devs said when it came to talks about skins in Battlefield 6 and not having Nicki Minaj collabs in the game. I'm just saying, this conversation about the identity of Call of Duty has been going on for quite some time now, for sure. But moving on, they say throughout development, Treyarch and Raven's North Star has been to deliver a spiritual successor to Black Ops 2 while taking some big swings. You'll see it across Black Ops 7's multiplayer, zombies, co-op campaign, including endgame, and even Dead Ops Arcade 4. And even though there has been a lot of negativity specifically surrounding the Black Ops 7 official reveal trailer, I really do feel like this game is supposed to be the true sequel to Black Ops 2. It's going to fit somewhere in between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. I loved both of those games, and I'm really do hoping that Black Ops 7 does turn out to actually be a good game. But continuing, they say, over the years, we've had a variety of games and experiences that fans have enjoyed, from the Modern Warfare series to the Black Ops series and beyond. Today, we wanted to share with you some of the ways we're approaching things with Black Ops 7. And this is where the amazing information is. It says what's changing and why. They said operators, operator skins, and weapons from Black Ops 6 will no longer carry forward into Black Ops 7.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Okay, so just so we're all on the same page, it wasn't just operators and operator skins, it's also the weapons from Black Ops 6. None of that stuff is going to carry forward anymore into Black Ops 7. Now, honestly, I do wonder if this was somehow planned, because think about it. If the operators, the operator skins, and the weapons from Black Ops 6 are not carrying forward, then that means any potential future content they might have had plans, like maybe even aftermarket parts for Black Ops 6 weapons, those are now all scrapped. As well as any potential future and upcoming skins that they might have had planned for older operators from Black Ops 6. So I don't know if this might have just been a part of the strategy, or if they really did see all of that feedback and then decide, hey, we can't do this. It's obviously impossible to know for sure, but one thing I do know is that I have made a lot of content recently as well, talking about how the skin situation in Call of Duty has just kind of been building up and up and up, and people have been getting more and more resentful towards these types of things in the game. Maybe this is a genuine reaction to everything that's been going on for years now, and they're finally taking some action. They're finally doing something about it. It's absolutely huge news, man, and honestly, props to them for making this change, regardless of the intention behind it. I've said this so many times over the years on the channel, but even though it can come across as whining and complaining, do not underestimate the power of your own voice and opinions, because eventually stuff like this can happen. But reading on, they say Black Ops 7 needs to feel authentic to Call of Duty and its setting. That is why Black Ops 6 operator and weapon content will not carry forward to Black Ops 7. Double XP tokens and gobblegums will still carry forward because we recognize your time and progression are important. And they do specify that this change only applies to Black Ops 7. Call of Duty Warzone is not affected, and all of your Black Ops 6 content stays usable there, which honestly, I've said this for quite a while as well. All the goofy, weird, wacky skins, I feel like that stuff is fine in a free-to-play battle royale like Warzone. I feel like that is the type of place where this content is fine. And when it comes to the mainline Call of Duty games, like the multiplayer and zombies especially, and, you know, obviously the campaign, that's where the identity and the immersion needs to be kept intact. Now, obviously, what's kind of ironic about this statement is that they're saying Black Ops 7 needs to feel authentic to Call of Duty and its setting. But I feel like ever since Black Ops Cold War, that's when things started to kind of ramp up. And then obviously Vanguard, you know, a World War II Call of Duty game having laser guns and anime skins, yeah, that's where things noticeably got really out of hand. I really can't remember if Modern Warfare 2 2022 had all that weird of skins. I mean, I know they had like the fat clown skin and stuff, and obviously that's the game where the Nicki Minaj collab happened, but Modern Warfare 3 2023 had an amazing multiplayer, and I feel like that's why we were able to tolerate some of the weird and goofy skins that were put into that game, because Sledgehammer was just killing it with the actual content. And I'm pretty sure a good chunk of you guys watching this video as well would agree that if the multiplayer is solid, if they're releasing good content, content, we have some good post-launch and stuff, then the skin situation isn't nearly as important. But obviously, Black Ops 6, I feel like this is where things really took a turn for the worse. Because at least for multiplayer, when it comes to post-launch content, it's gonna be really tough to top Modern Warfare 3. For everything that we've seen about Black Ops 7 so far, there is a chance, there is a potential that Black Ops 7 could actually have more post-launch content and maybe even better post-launch content than Modern Warfare 3. Obviously, we have to wait and see. But when it comes to Black Ops 6, this is where things started to falter because we didn't get nearly as much content. It wasn't nearly as good. It's a lot of reuse stuff that we've seen in the past, especially when it comes to like game modes and stuff. And when that kind of stuff is happening, and then you also add all these goofy, ridiculous skins on top of it, that's when players start to get frustrated because it really feels like the priorities are not in check. Instead of releasing good, brand new post-launch content to support the game, it feels like the attention is put on the bundles instead. Now, obviously, we've talked about this so many times. It is different people. It's obviously different devs and different employees with different tasks as far as it goes for, you know, artists who make the skins versus people who actually work on maps and making different guns and stuff like that and handling the game modes. And if the multiplayer, if the main part of the game that most people play is suffering and if it's not doing too hot, then people will conflate that with the fact that there's basically a brand new skin, a new bundle every other day on Black Ops 6. But before we move on and keep reading the rest of the blog, I wanted to go back to Charlie's tweet because I did reply. I had tweeted, let's freaking go. I'd still be happy with the skin filter, but this is a big W. And I do still think that this is something that should be considered for Black Ops 7. Just because the operator skins and weapons from Black Ops 6 are no longer going to carry forward into Black Ops 7 does not mean that there won't be weird skins and bundles that eventually do get added into BO7 at some point. And if or when that does happen, having something like a skin filter in the game, I feel like really would help players who wants to have the filter off and still enjoy the skins, but also be a massive help to players who want to turn the skin filter on and just be immersed in the game and not have to look at all those ridiculous skins. It was literally just yesterday that I made a short talking about this entire topic, and I also mentioned that the Halo Master Chief Collection actually has a skin filter in the settings where you can basically enable or disable new skins for different Halo games. Halo 2 and 3 being a prime example. Microsoft and Xbox own both Call of Duty and Halo now, so I really feel like a feature like this could be more feasible than ever before. And this is exactly why we should keep voicing our opinions and we should keep talking about the issues that we have with the game with the hopes that they will listen to us and they will actually take some action. But carrying forward with the blog post, this next section says fighting cheaters with Ricochet. Cheating ruins matches, and we know how frustrating it is. In Black Ops 6, we've made solid progress, shutting down cheat makers faster, reducing response times, and cleaning up leaderboards. For Black Ops 7, we're going further. As we've previously detailed in our recent progress report, starting November 14th, PC players will need to enable Secure Boot and TPM 2.0 on PC, giving us stronger tools to block cheats at the system level. New detection and mitigation systems will also roll out, built to kick cheaters earlier and harder. Some will be tested during the beta, the full suite will go live at launch. We're committed to staying ahead and protecting fair play. Now, honestly, this is very interesting because I remember in the Black Ops 6 beta, there were all kinds of clips of people cheating, which was obviously a really early bad sign for how things would play out for the full game as well as Warzone. As far as it goes for PC players having to enable Secure Boot on PC, I know that some people, even on the Battlefield 6 beta, had issues with getting it enabled, or even their PC's motherboard doesn't support Secure Boot, so they might just be screwed. They might not even be able to play the game at all. I'm not exactly sure how this plays out. I mean, like, I had Secure Boot enabled on my PC already. I did have to tweak like one little setting because at first I wasn't able to launch the Battlefield 6 beta, but after changing it, I was good. I was able to play the game no issues, and the game ran amazingly. And as I'm sure you guys know, I no-lifed the Battlefield 6 beta. I was constantly playing and streaming the game and making videos on it, and I didn't run into a single cheater the entire time. Now, obviously, take that with a grain of salt, because I'm sure there were some people out there that did run into people cheating and hacking in the Battlefield 6 beta. But as far as Black Ops 7 and Warzone is concerned, any kind of extra measure that can stop people from cheating and hacking on the game, I feel like is a step in the right direction. But yeah, if you're one of those people that has a PC that does not support Secure Boot and TPM 2.0, then I think you might unfortunately be screwed for Black Ops 7 and Warzone, so that is a bummer. But at this point, man, I feel like this is not something that they're going to compromise on, because anything that they can do to reduce the amount of people cheating in the game, I feel like is going to be very noticeable, especially because Call of Duty just has so many people playing multiplayer as well as Warzone, and obviously that means that the number of cheaters is going to be larger than other games that don't have nearly as many people playing. So yes, hopefully this is good news for Black Ops 7 and Warzone, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with the Black Ops 7 beta. This next section says your feedback matters. In Black Ops 7, bundles and items will be crafted to fit the Black Ops identity. We hear the feedback. We need to deliver a better balance towards the immersive core Call of Duty experience. So this is very interesting. Maybe they did have some really goofy or weird bundles and skins planned for the game, but maybe they're just gonna axe it now. Maybe it's just not gonna happen.
There are gonna be any clown skins.
A ton of feedback has already gone into Black Ops 7, and in the coming weeks you'll hear much more directly from Treyarch. Here's just some of the info you can look forward to from the studio. For multiplayer, it says additional info on maps, weapons, and systems, refined movement updates, and what they are doing to ensure the core moments-to-moments gameplay experience takes a leap forward. For Zambambos, it says more info on launch content and the new Wonder Vehicle, details on the new Dark Aether version of the original crew, and a deeper dive into gameplay systems, including a new way to reward hardcore players.
Please add classic mode.
And then it just says, and more information. For progression, it says for the first time, earn XP and weapon progression in every mode across campaign, multiplayer, or zombies, which we already know, but they're probably going to explain this in more detail. Classic Prestige returns with new weapon Prestige, which, I mean, obviously that's from Black Ops 2. It's not brand new. Weekly challenges system starting in Season 1, which is a massive W. This is from Modern Warfare 3, but we already know from reading the previous blog that there's going to be even more content for these weekly challenges. It also says more ways to earn camos and in-game rewards, and then also expanded gameplay content. And then lastly, they say Call of Duty Next and the beta. Mark your calendars, Call of Duty Next is September 30th with the full multiplayer reveal and much more. The early access beta starts October 2nd, and the open beta starts October 5th for all players on all platforms through October 8th. Thank you as always for the feedback, and keep it coming. Love, the Call of Duty team. All right, Call of Duty, while we have your attention, I did want to go back to this tweet that I made yesterday. I had quote tweeted this tweet from Treyarch where they said Black Ops 7 reveal recap, and they were just recapping all the stuff that was in the game, and then I decided to make essentially a quick little Black Ops 7 wish list. So yes, while we're on the topic of feedback and listening to the community, I feel like if they knocked off everything that I mentioned here on this list, I would love Black Ops 7. This could actually be one of the best games they've ever made. For multiplayer, no skill-based matchmaking, or at least heavily reduce it, as well as bringing back persistent lobbies, which would mean that whenever you play a match, it doesn't immediately start to matchmake you into a new game. Everyone that was in that previous lobby would actually just stay in the same lobby unless they choose to leave. This is how it worked for many, many years in Call of Duty, and the reason why it changed is because of the quick play filter, because if you queue for multiple game modes at the same time, it's basically impossible to actually have a persistent lobby because everyone in that match might have put different parameters on their quick play filter, which means that not everyone is looking to play the same game modes. However, they could probably reintroduce non-disbanding lobbies for specific featured game modes where you're only queuing for one mode at a time. Like as an example, when they have like Nuketown 24/7 or an endurance mosh pit or something, when players specifically queue for one LTM that happens to be out, that's probably the only thing that they're trying to play. So that is one potential scenario where they could bring back persistent lobbies. For zombies, I just said add classic mode. This got leaked for Black Ops 6, and I really do hope that something like this gets added for Black Ops 7 zombies. You know, just classic mode where armor, score streak, a lot of those different upgrades and things that weren't present in classic zombies are basically just turned off, and you spawn in with a starting pistol and you have to work your way up. It would be a lot more challenging, a lot more difficult, but I feel like that's what a lot of old school zombies players are asking for. Next up for campaign, I would love to see intel hunting and cheats like we had in COD 4 come back. I know that they're going to be having a camo grind, there's going to be cross progression, and you can earn XP and rank up in the campaign, and there's also going to be that end game mode. But if we're talking about the core identity of Call of Duty, this used to be a staple feature in basically every single Call of Duty campaign, and I really do miss looking for intel and trying to collect all of them and get an achievement, as well as being able to turn on cheats in the campaign. And no, for those who don't understand what this is, it's nothing like actual cheating and stuff. It just adds some goofy fun replay value to the campaign. For movement, I just said no slide spam meta. I mean, honestly, when it comes to movement for Black Ops 7, it's obviously going to be a little bit more advanced. It's going to have more going on than Black Ops 6, but I just hope that sliding is not the only type of movement that's going to be used, because in Black Ops 6, it just gets spammed to no degree. And then for progression, I do think it would be super dope if Treyarch would confirm that there's going to be level 1000 Prestige Legend, as well as some kind of special final mastery camo for completing all 4 mastery camo grinds in Black Ops 7. That would be so sick if they actually did this. I just said now that would be lit, but I did follow this up with one more tweet. I couldn't fit everything on there, so I just said add a skin filter and also increase security against cheaters, and we're golden. Didn't want the first week to be too long. And what's kind of ironic about this is that in a way, we kind of are getting a skin filter by not having those Black Ops 6 skins carry forward, and they also mentioned increased security for the game as well, so it's looking pretty good for Black Ops 7. Again, I have not played Black Ops 7. I don't know how the game's gonna actually turn out, but I am looking forward to checking out the beta and seeing what the game is actually gonna be like, and this news so far is really good. Getting community updates like this where they're actually taking action is a step in the right direction, and I really do hope they keep listening to feedback and actually continuing to do more awesome stuff like this. Because back on Black Ops 6, we already have a brand new, like, wacky roller coaster skin on the game. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close this and play some Gears of War Reloaded today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this little update video on the skin situation for Black Ops 7. If you guys did enjoy this video and you want them to keep listening to feedback, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys later.
I've come. Train go.